Well, it's time once again for Cinema Corner. And our angry producer, Charles, is here to give his take on what he thinks about the latest at the box office and even on the small screen sometimes.
That's true. Okay, so first up, we got a little slasher for you. Little horror-esque in July.
Yeah.
So this is the fourth installment in the I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise. And it's also, again, called I Know What You Did Last Summer. So, the same as the original.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Does it have a 4 or a 2 or
Nope.
anything on it?
It does not. It is just I Know What You Did Last Summer. So just like the original from '97, this follows a group of friends as they're terrorized by a stalker who knows about a gruesome incident from their past. So starring in this one, we have a new generation of characters. We have Madeline Klein, Chase Sway Wonders, Jonah Hauer-King, Tyreek Withers, and Sarah Pigeon. But we also have a couple of returnees from our original run.
I was going to ask, are these originals back?
Yes, we have the one and only Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Okay.
So honestly, really good to see both of these OGs back on the screen. I feel like they don't really do too much nowadays in their career. I feel like, they're kind of slowed down. I know Jennifer Love Hewitt, she's had a couple kids, so, she's a mom now, got that busy mom life. But it's good to see them back on the screen, especially in one of their bigger roles back in the 90s.
Yeah.
I will say there are a couple fun cameos in there too, but I won't say anything more about that. No, there are some.
All right.
So a reboot for this franchise was actually back in the works back in 2014 and was not going to include any elements from the book from '73 or the movie from '97. It's going to be an entire reboot.
Okay.
But that was eventually scrapped. Then in late 2022, this new installment was successfully pitched, and now here we are, and it's more of a requel. Do you know what a requel is?
No, I guess
No.
I don't.
So a requel is basically a sequel, but it only plays off of the first film and kind of ignores any sequels.
Okay.
So in this film, there's like one throwaway line that references the second film. The third film's not referenced at all. That's for good reason. That film was garbage. Hot garbage fire. Let me tell you. Should never have been made. It was horrible. But that's what a requel is. So this is more of a requel. So I will say, if you liked the original from '97, you'll most likely like this one. It's got a lot of parallels. It's basically the equivalent for the new generation of kids.
Okay.
I would say, just incorporates the a couple of the old characters.
All right.
So it's got some good jump scares. I don't overly feel like the I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise is scary, as a slasher film. But to each their own. There are some good jump scares in there, though. This isn't a spoiler by any means, but I'm not sure how I feel about the killer reveal in the end. But I'm not sure how, for this film alone, how I felt about how they revealed the character, who the killer,
how it was,
who the killer was.
Okay.
But, it was an interesting way to go about it. So
Was it a surprise?
I was kind of surprised, a
Okay.
little bit,
All right.
a little bit.
All right.
But also there in the back of my mind there was kind of a little bit of suspicion. But,
Sure.
So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fifth installment in this one though either.
That's all right.
But if it makes money for this one, they're gonna keep making them until they're tired of it.
Of course.
So overall, I give it a 3 out of 5.
All
It's
right.
a decent,
That's
it's a good one.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So worldwide, it's already made $24.6 million on a budget of $18 million. So it's doing pretty good so far.
Profit.
Right.
There you go.
So now we're gonna move on to this is a big genre it fits into kind of.
Yeah.
Eddington. This is an R-rated neo-Western satirical black comedy.
Got it.
So this takes place in May of 2020 when a standoff between a small-town sheriff and mayor sparks a powder keg as neighbor is pitted against neighbor in Eddington, New Mexico. So it's got a great cast. Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Emma Stone, those are our big names. Well, not big names, but our main three. But then also you have other familiar faces like Austin Butler, Luke Grimes, Deirdre O'Connell, and Michael Ward. So some really big names in there. I will say of all of them, I feel like Joaquin really stands out. He does really good in his role, but he doesn't he really embodies his characters he takes on.
Is he like hardcore right wing, and then with Pedro Pascal, you have they're polar opposites?
They are polar opposites,
Okay.
yeah. That's how their characters are written.
All right.
So this was written, directed, and produced by Ari Aster, who you may know from Hereditary, Midsommar, and Beau is Afraid.
Okay.
Now, I will admit I have not yet watched Hereditary or Midsummer,
Mm-hmm.
but I personally did not care for Beau is Afraid when it came out a couple years ago.
All right, I have not seen that.
Yeah, it was just very weird and confusing, in my opinion. So Ari's not for everyone. I will say that. He actually considered making this as his directorial debut and tried to for 5 years before he ended up making Hereditary and Midsummer.
Okay.
So he finally got to making it, and he actually updated it to take place during the pandemic. So overall, it's a pretty good film. You kind of never really know where the story's actually going to go, which I feel like makes it more interesting, keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
But this film really begs the question, is it too soon for a pandemic-focused film? We're only 5 years out.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't, because they have, all these movies where
Mm-hmm.
people are rising from the dead and stuff like that. So why not the pandemic?
That's true.
The question that I have about it is who voices the bear?
Who voices the bear?
Isn't this Paddington?
No. I was like, the bear, Eddington. That's a good one.
Okay.
But I will say it does jam a lot of early pandemic events into this 2.5 hours. So it might not be for everyone, to each their own on how you're setting how the pandemic went for you and everything.
True.
So
Very true.
there are some character storylines that I wish could have been fleshed out a little bit more, too. Because there's quite a few characters. They all have their stories that are intertwined, but some of them have their little more side-esque stories.
Yep.
That would have been nice to see how they played out and got to
Sure.
that point. But it doesn't hurt the
It
film.
might have been a 3-hour, 4-hour movie.
I mean, it was already 2.5 hours, but it didn't feel like 2.5. It did fly
Well,
by
that's
pretty
good.
well. Yes.
If you say it's 2.5 and it
Yeah.
flew by, something
Because-
is good about that.
I won't lie, I was a little worried about how long it would feel because Beau is Afraid felt like 5 hours.
Yeah, but that didn't have Joaquin Phoenix.
No,
and
Beau is
Pedro
Afraid
Pascal,
did
but
have Joaquin.
But it didn't have both.
Both of them, that's true.
Yeah.
So overall, I gave this one a 3.5 out of 5. So
All right.
pretty decent as well.
That's a good thing.
It's not doing so well yet, though, at the box office. Worldwide, it's only made 4.3 on a million out of a budget of 25 million.
I think
so-
that's because people think it's about the bear.
I mean, that's possible. But I will say, it is not about a bear, so do not take your kids.
No, probably not a good idea.
But I do have one for the kids.
Oh, okay.
So we have a new Smurfs animated film. And this is just called Smurfs.
Why?
Because why not?
Okay.
Right?
All
I guess.
Good enough answer.
So it's a musical fantasy comedy.
Oh.
So when Papa Smurf is taken by evil wizards Razumel and Gargamel, Smurfette leads the Smurfs on a mission to the real world to save him. So it honestly has a stacked voice cast. Our leads are Rihanna, James Corden, John Goodman, and Nick Offerman. But then, just some of the other smaller roles, you have Dan Levy, Natasha Lyonne, Jimmy Kimmel, Octavia Spencer, and a lot more too. So
That may be worth it just to see the voices, hear
it's
the
true.
voices.
It is a stacked
Wow.
vocal cast. I mean, honestly, some of them are pretty small, so I didn't even realize. Like Jimmy Kimmel, I didn't even realize it was him.
Yeah.
But for Smurfette, Rihanna is our voice. All the Smurfs movies that have released so far in the 21st century have had a famous singer
Yeah.
as the voice of Smurfette. In our 2011-13 version, we had Katy Perry. In the 2017 animated film, we had Demi Lovato, and now we have Rihanna. And here's my thing. Stop casting big names just to have the big name. In this film,
That's the reason you cast a big name.
I know, but in my opinion, this film, I won't lie, I did not care for it at all.
Did you like the music?
Yeah, the music was okay.
How about the singing?
It was okay. The music-
Rihanna, what do you?
she only had one new song that she actually sang in the soundtrack, though.
Oh,
Technically, I was surprised because I thought she'd have more, but there's only one song by her.
All right.
She might have helped write the other ones. I'm not 100% sure on that. But my thing with the voice characters are, they just didn't feel like the Smurfs. It felt like I was watching a little blue James Corden along with Rihanna and Nick Offerman.
That's scary right there. Little blue Corden.
But I would rather them find like smaller voice actors that are actually embody those characters a little bit more. You know?
Do you think outside of now you mentioning all these actors, do you think the general public knows? I mean, they might know Rihanna.
Yeah.
But when you started naming those others, it's like, whoa, this
Right.
is, I mean,
I mean,
John Goodman.
The film was definitely marketed more as Rihanna being in it.
Okay.
I didn't realize James Corden was in it, honestly.
He's in
Until, I mean, he is in everything, though. I know a lot of people don't like him being in everything either.
Yeah.
But I mean, the kids will probably like it. I thought it was kind of boring, personally. The only interesting character I really found slightly interesting was Razumel.
Okay.
I felt like Gargamel was just kind of, I feel like they could have fleshed him out a little bit more too, but,
Okay.
you know.
I have to ask you though, were you the only grown-up by themselves without a
No,
child there?
I don't think, it wasn't like a packed theater when I went.
Yeah.
But I think everybody was adults. I don't think
Okay.
I don't think there
All
was
right.
a kid in there with me.
That's interesting to know though.
But I mean, if you think about it, Smurfs are kind of they've been around since what, the 80s or even
Like forever.
Yeah. So I mean, they're probably more geared for the older demographic, but the movie's geared towards the newer generations though too.
Yeah.
You know, kind of introducing the Smurfs.
There's still a little nostalgia there.
Yes, people are. Adults are going to go see it for the nostalgia.
All right.
I won't lie, I wasn't a big fan of the animation style either. It just didn't look overly clean to me.
Oh, okay.
I
That can make a big difference.
Yeah, and
I
I
mean,
mean-
I agree with you. There
Yeah.
are certain animation styles that it's like,
Yeah.
I don't even want
And I love animated movies, but this one was just not it for me. And it's kind of, Smurfette takes them into the real world. The live action parts of this, I'll put live action in quotes, 100% unnecessary because the only time they're in the real world, it's just mainly for background. They don't interact with any humans.
Oh,
Any humans that they do come across, like at one point they're on a serving tray. The waiter doesn't react to them at all. If I saw little blue people on my serving tray, I would freak out, But no.
well, you've seen them other places. Yeah.
But so it just didn't feel like that was necessary. Just make it 100% animated.
At
that point.
If there was no point to it,
Yeah.
I can understand.
Because
that.
I prefer personally the 2011-2013 live action hybrid with Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh.
And that one, they actually used the real world. It wasn't
Yeah.
a knockoff for reason,
Okay.
So apparently this is also the first of multiple animated Smurf movies that are coming from Paramount Animations and Nickelodeon movies. So we'll see. I gave it a 1 out of 5. So
Ooh.
yeah, I originally had it as a half star, and I bumped it up to a
Oh.
1. I felt a little bit more generous.
Okay.
So
All right.
worldwide, though, it's made $33.6 million on a budget of $58 million. So it'll probably get there.
More than
You know-
likely. I don't know if it's going to be a cash cow. or
No,
anything
not at
like
all.
that.
It's summer. If you're looking for something for the kids to do, they're probably going to enjoy it. So
I was going to say, would the kids still
yeah,
enjoy
I
it,
think the
though?
kids would enjoy it for sure.
Okay.
So now moving on to this last one. This is one that comes out this week in the U.S. This is actually from the UK.
All right.
This is called Last Swim. It's a coming-of-age drama that follows Ziba, a high-achieving British-Iranian teenager, as she receives her A-level results and spends the day leading her closest friends on a celebratory and at times chaotic journey across London.
Oh, coming of age.
Yes,
story.
but you also know from the beginning that she also has been diagnosed with some kind of illness, and so she hasn't told her friends yet that either.
Ah, the twist.
Yes. So this stars Deba Hekmet, Lydia Fleming, Denzel Baidu, Solly McLeod, and Jay Lecurgo. So honestly, it's a very beautiful, raw coming-of-age film. It definitely feels like you're just watching friends hang out
Okay.
for the most part. It's a very calm, it's a very relaxing film. It's not chaotic or anything like that.
Nicely written dialog
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
Yeah, it feels kind of like you're the sixth friend tagging along with them
Okay.
going across London, in my opinion. So I give this one 3.5 out of 5 as well. I would highly recommend it. It actually makes its U.S. debut with a special one-night only screening in LA Wednesday before releasing on video on demand this Friday. So,
All right, you're not taking Wednesday off, are you?
oh, I haven't told you that yet. No, I'm not. I wish, but I would recommend this one for sure.
Okay.
So now moving on to this weekend in theaters. It's our next big blockbuster of the summer, which I
Yeah.
am so excited for, The Fantastic Four: First Steps. I have seen great reviews from so far from
Yeah.
early screenings, and oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Then also, for a little bit more horror for our July, we have The Home with Pete Davidson. And then I reviewed this one last week. We have Oh Hi with Molly Gordon and Logan Lerman, which I highly recommend that one as well.
Okay.
So,
Now, is the one with Pete Davidson, that's coming out
This
big
week.
screen or?
yeah, big screen. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. So, watching the trailer, it looks very interesting. So,
Pete Davidson can be pretty creepy when he wants to.
Right.
So, I mean, because if you think of him as just comedic, you've missed some things.
right, he's very versatile in his acting.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Now, moving on to streaming, this Friday we have the sequel to Happy Gilmore, Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix, and then Death of a Unicorn comes out on HBO Max. I liked that one. It was kind of fun.
Okay.
haven't seen it.
So it sounds like some good things in the theater. Fantastic Four is coming out, and that's the start of Marvel superheroes,
Yep.
is the Fantastic Four. I'm still saying the reason they weren't successful with the other Fantastic, it's Mr. Fantastic himself. They haven't managed to not make it look creepy when he stretches.
I've heard good things about how it looks for this one.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything bad.
Maybe they took my advice then.
Well, I'm glad they're finally listening to you. It's
Yeah,
time.
me too. Then it should be a big hit.
Agreed.
Well, that's great. Any more, or is that all you've got?
That's it.
Are you looking forward to anything coming up soon?
I mean, the Fantastic Four for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've got some sequels coming out this year later on. We have Wicked Part 2.
That's right.
Wicked for Good.
That's going to be a big opening.
That one's going to be a big one. Zootopia 2, I have a feeling will be a good one as well.
Okay.
We've only gotten the teaser so far, but Zootopia was a really good one.
I like Zootopia.
Yeah.
Zootopia, yeah.
But I mean, there's a few other ones. It's always hard to think of them off the top of your head.
Sure.
But those are the two that come to mind first. Oh,
right.
The Roses with Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman looks very good too.
Well, those are two good actors.
Yeah, they play a
so
bickering couple, basically on the brink of divorce.
Is it anything like from War of the Roses?
I think it's a remake of that. Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, and that was a good movie.
I haven't watched that one. I'll have to watch it before this one comes out.
Yeah, you need to. And you've got some pretty heavyweight actors that are going to be doing this if it is a sequel
Well, I don't know if it's a sequel or if it's a reboot.
or a reboot.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, yeah, that would
Yeah.
make most sense.
Yeah. So
All right.
that's what we got.
All right, there you have it. Cinema Corner, you can see him every week right here on Unscripted.